I went to him and said, is it okay if we do a reader's theater or something to raise money for Goats for Africa?
Okay, and why did you want to do that?
I don't know, just to help kids.
Just to help kids. So what kind of event did you have then?
Well, it was fun, and we had a reader's theater in the music room. Lots of friends and grandparents and aunts and uncles came to see us do the reader's theater. We raised $620, and then another group came in and there was 5,000. So that's the end of the story.
Well, he came to me before Christmas and just said he had come across an article in the magazine that showed you could raise money and you could buy a goat for kids in Africa, for families in Africa, and he said his family was thinking of doing it for Christmas, and he thought it would be a great idea for the class to do it. So I just said to him, you know what, that sounds like a great idea to me, but I asked him if he wanted to present it to the class, and he said sure. So he pitched his idea in front of the class, and they went nuts over it, and so from there we just worked together as a class to figure out how we could raise money, and we set a goal of how much we wanted to raise, and we went from there.
And then this kind of gets a little bit more serious because somebody else in Kelowna, of all places, takes up this idea and brings it to the next level. So what's the connection there?
Yeah, we ended up doing a reader's theater here. We wanted to raise $100. We ended up raising over $600. So we decided to use the money to go through an organization called Provision of Hope, and Karen Barkman runs that, and she's living in Kelowna, but she was out for a while, so she did a presentation here, and so we sent the money through her, and her organization decided to double it to $1,240, and so instead of just buying a goat at this point in time, we are now going to be starting a goat farm in Liberia. And then a different group of students in Kelowna came to her and asked for a project they could do for a contest, a global citizenship contest. And so she told them about our project that we had done. So they did some further research on goat farming and using plants to up the production of goat's milk. And they ended up winning this contest, which won them $5,000 more towards this same project. So now we are expanding this a rice farm, starting a goat farm, and upgrading some buildings there in Liberia. It is phenomenal. It starts with one little seed, and from there, it's amazing what can happen. We literally set a small goal of raising enough money for one goat, which, in looking back, was only $40 that you need to buy one goat, and that was our goal. And it's phenomenal what can happen, what God can do with one idea. He can take it to so many different heights.
So how's the class reaction, like 8 and 9-year-olds, I'm thinking?
Yeah.
How do they understand the impact that they've made?
They do, and the great thing about going through this Provision of Hope is we get constant updates from Karen. We get pictures sent to us from Liberia, and as it goes forward, we will continue to get pictures of the goat farm being built and the fence going up and the buildings being fixed, and it's not just sending the money away and then forgetting about it. We get constant updates, and the kids can see what they've done and how it's growing.
So this is kind of a lesson that's outside of the curriculum. So what would you say about this lesson that your students learned this year?
I would say the students learned that no idea is a small idea. Any small idea can turn into something huge, and I've just seen so much from these kids of how they want to put others first after this. And I had kids who wanted to sell their bikes and sell their skateboards to donate money for this, and so they really learned to put others ahead of themselves.